Hello everyone, hope you are fine and welcome to today's video. So today we are going to create a landing page using HTML and Tailwind CSS. So let's see what we are going to make. So first of all, you can already see the hero section, nice hero section, and here we have some information about the podcast. And if I go to the next section, we have the host. So here we have two hosts, and if you want to have more, you can actually increase the cards. And after that, if I come here, we have a table, and this is a challenging layout to accomplish with Tailwind CSS, and we will see how we will do that. So we will create this table with Tailwind CSS, and it is looking good, you can see. After that, we have a section for our states, so all the statistics will be here. And if I come here, we have a normal CTA, so nice CTA with a background image. And after that, we have the footer. So that's it for this landing page, and this whole landing page will be responsive. So here you can see this is how it will look like in the mobile device, and it is looking good. You can see the header section is already looking good. And after that, we have our host, and it is fine. And also the table, you can see. So for the table, what we already did is we have this scroll bar for our table, and you can actually scroll it horizontally, you can see. So this is really nice. And after that, we have our stats, and finally the CTA and the footer. So very simple and really interesting. So without further ado, let's get started. So right now I'm in the Tailwind CSS official website. Here you can see right now I'm in the home page. So let's go to the docs here. So here you can see how you can get started with Tailwind CSS. So basically you can get started with CDN here, you can see, but it is not good choice for the production. So we will go with Tailwind CLI, and for the CLI we need to install we need to have npm, which means we need to have the Node.js. So if you do not have Node.js already installed in your machine, go ahead and install Node.js and set it up with npm. Once you have that, after that you can use npm. So for that, first of all, come here in your project directory, and first of all we need to initialize our project with npm. So npm init -y, and once you have that, you will have your package.json, and that is great. And after that, we need to install our Tailwind CSS. So go ahead and install it. So once you are done installing that, after that, if you come here in the package.json, you will see in the dep dependency you have Tailwind CSS. And let's go to the next command, and this is the command which will generate a Tailwind config. So let's actually do that. So to generate a Tailwind config file, so you need to run this command, and now you should have this Tailwind config file. Here you can see, great. So now once you have the Tailwind config, after that you need a input CSS. So let's come here and grab or create a new file with the name of input.css. So this will be our input, and here we need all the Tailwind directives. So copy that and paste it in the input. So once you have that, after that you need to run the Tailwind, and to run the Tailwind we need to add this in our script. So copy that, and after that come here in the package.json. We already have this test script. After that we can create our new script, and let's actually name it Tailwind. So Tailwind CSS or Tailwind watch actually. So after that you can paste the command that you copied. So if you notice the command, what we are doing is we are running the Tailwind CSS, the package that we installed, and after that we are providing the input, and we need to actually do it correctly. So right now I have the input CSS in the root directory, so I can do something like that. So in the root directory I have the input CSS. So in the root directory I have the input CSS, and also for our output we need to provide the output directory, and I will also have the output directory, and let's actually make it this.css, and it will be in the root directory as well. So whenever we will run this command, it will create the output CSS, and finally we have the watch flag. So great. So once we have that, after that we can create our HTML file and add the output output CSS that we have. So let's actually do that. So not folder, let's get a new file with the name of index.html, and here we need to provide, or we need to link our output directory. So link, and we need to link dist.css. So this file we do not have this file yet, but we will generate it whenever we will run this script. So great. And also we need to do some modification in the Tailwind config. So if I come here and here it is, so you can see we need to actually provide the content path for our Tailwind. So I will have my content in the HTML file. So for that, what I can do is I can say it will be in the HTML file, and I can grab all the HTML file with something like that. So it will grab all the HTML file that we will have in our root directory. So it will grab this one. So now if I have any content, let's say that hello. So first thing that I need to do is I need to run this command which we have in our script. So this one, and for that I will come here in our command prompt and I will run that, and for that I will say npm run tailwind watch, and if I do that, yes, our Tailwind is running and it will actually create this dist.css. you can see. So this dist.css, you can see it is generated by our Tailwind. So this is what we are using in our HTML, you can see here. Great. So once you have that, after that you can open this HTML file as you wish. So one way to open this file in your in a server, what you can do is you can install this live server. So this live server extension, which will allow you to open this HTML file in a server. So another way what we will do here, since we are already using npm, I will use a package from the npm which is the light server. So npx light server, and if I do that, it will open up our it will open up our server in the localhost 3000. So if I come here in our localhost 3000, so localhost 3000, now we should see our content. Great. And if I wanna do some try, so let's add some Tailwind CSS, like let's say to change the color, so orange, let's make 400, and if I do that, now you can see our text color is changing. Great. And finally, after that we also need to add our font. So now for that, come here in the fonts.google.com and grab the font that you wanna add. So I want the Poppins, so here Poppins, and come here Poppins. So here in the Poppins, we already selected lots of fonts. Here you can see 300, 400, 5, 6, 7 and 900. All of these are already selected. So go ahead and add those, select those, and after that, once you select all the font, you can actually grab the link. So here it is, all the links that you need, just copy them, and after that paste it here. So once you have the links here, after that you need to add the font in the Tailwind config. So here we need to extend our theme with the new font that we just added. So here let's say that our font family will be, and we will add the Poppins. So this is important, whatever the name you will choose here, it will be applied for your class. So after that you need to provide the font. So I will say the Poppins that we just added, and after that I will have the fallback, which is the sans serif, like that. And after that, let's also have the primary color here. So let's say that colors, and we can add our custom color here. So the name of the custom color will be primary, so primary, and we will have a color here. So this will be our primary color. Great. So for now this is fine, and if I come here in our index, now we can use our primary color that we just created. So primary, yep, you can see this orange color. So this is the primary color that we have, and now we are using our primary color here, you can see. So this is almost orange, but not the, this is the exact color that I want for our primary. So great. And one more thing before we start, we are using an extension here, and the name of that is the Tailwind Intel. So Tailwind intelligence. So this is the extension here, you can see. So it will give you a lot of intelligence whenever you are working with Tailwind. Like if I wanna have all the color, so let's say that I wanna have the orange, so you can see all the orange color is here. So it will give you all the possible option that is available whenever you are using Tailwind CSS. So this is really great. So go ahead and install this. Once you have all of that, after that you are ready to start this project. So now here, first of all, let's get our first section, which will be the hero section. And for that, first thing I will do, before we create our hero section, let's come here in our body and provide some classes here. So first of all, I will create a background for our whole body, I mean whole application. So it will be zinc 900, and if you hit Ctrl space, you can see all the available option, and I will use this color 900, and this is the black one. And after that, I will make the text white, and also let's add the font. So font Poppins, great. And let's actually make this one gray 200. I think that is fine. So once we have that, after that we will create our hero section. And if I wanna come here in our website, you can see the background is not changed, it is dark color, and that is what we want here. So after that, let's come here and create our hero section. And let me actually zoom it a little bit, so that is fine, I think. So here, first of all, let's get a section. So here, let's actually add some class, and minimum height will be screen. And one more good thing from the extension that I installed, I mean the Tailwind intelligence. So whenever you will hover any kind of Tailwind class, it will give you the ultimate result from this class, which means the CSS from this class, you can see. So whenever I am using mean height screen, which means the mean height 100 VH. So this is really handy. So after that, also let's say that I want to have flex here, and also item will be center, and finally justify center, great. And once we have this section, after that I will have a container div. So this div will be for especially container, and here let's say that I will have a class name will be, let's say that max width LG, and also we'll have MX auto, which will make sure that in the left right we are having the margin auto, which will ultimately make our content in the center. So this is our just container, I will get back to it later. But after this, we will have two part here, left part, we will have the right part as well. So let's get the left part, and here I will say flex 1, and also it will be similar for the right one, flex 1. So once we have that, after that we can say for our left one, we will have content, we will have h1, and here I will say the audio people, which will be the content for this h1, and also here I will have a paragraph, and let's have some lorem ipsum here, and not that much. Let's remove this part. So this will be our paragraph, and after that we'll have a button here. For now, let's create this h1 with death link, and let's say that start listening, like that. So if I do it correctly, I can see all of our content in the center, because I already said that flex and item center and justify center, which is actually making all of these in the center, great. And also right now this flex one is not doing anything because the parent div is not having the flex. So let's also have the flex here. So if I do that, now it will be divided by half, you can see, because left part for the left we will have 50%, and for the right we will have also 50%. And for now, let's actually remove this flex, because what I want to actually show you is the max width. So right now max width is this one, max width LG, which means 512 pixel, but we want more than that. So for that I need to use custom value, and to use custom value, what you can do is you can create this curly bracket, not curly bracket, a square bracket. Inside this square bracket you can provide the custom value that you want. So for now I want that 1024 pixel. So this will be a custom class, you can see, and it will I mean the extension will exactly show what will be the result here. So you can see this is the result with the custom value that I want. This is really great. So now once we have that, if I come here, you can see it is having max width 1024. This is great. And now if I come here in our small device, the problem is you can see it is taking all the space. There is no space in the left side and in the right side. So for that I need to provide a width here. So let's say that I want the width 90%. So now it will take only 90% width and rest 10% will be for our space, and left side we will have the 5% space, in the right side we will have 5%. So it looks good, you can see. So now after that we can say we want flex for our large device, and we will make it responsive in a moment. So now we are having it like this, but what we really want is whenever right now I'm using the flex only, which means by default it will have the flex detection row, and that's why we have two row in column. One is this one and another one is we are having here another one which is for our image. But what I really want is whenever I'm in the small device, I want it in a column. So for that I will say flex column, and if I do that I can see now it is in the column. But whenever I am in the large device, I want it in a row. So flex row, or here it is flex row. So now it is column and now it is row. So whenever it is row, you will see the image column is now empty here in the right side. Great. So I think it is fine for now, and let's come here in our h1 and give some style to this h1, and let's get the class here. So for our h1, let's say that the text will be 4XL for the small device, and for the large device we will create a large font size here. So let's say that we will have 60 pixel, which will be the custom value, and if I do that, you can see it is 60 pixel and it is large. So whenever I'm in the small device, you can see it is 4XL, which is a lot smaller than this 60 pixel. So great. And also you can actually see what this 60 pixel 4XL is. It means that font size is 36 pixel, which is definitely smaller than the 60. So great. So now after that, let's say that I want to make the font bold, and also I want the text primary, and I want the line height, so it will be the leading, and I want leading tight, which means leading line height will be 1.25. Great. And also I want all of these in uppercase, and if I do that all, you can see it is looking great, and for our large device it is also looking great. Awesome. And for this one, this paragraph, let's come here and let's say that here the text will be SM for our small, and for our large device we will increase it a little bit and make it text base. And if I do that, now it is a small, and now it is base, small base, I think a little bit. So if I hover by, you can see what is actually changing. So it is 16 pixel in the large device, and in the small it is 14 pixel, 2 pixel increase. If I wanna increase that more than that, so if I do this LG, which means 18 pixel, I think LG is good choice for our this text. So that is good. And after that we need to style our this button, and we need to make a button here. So for button, let's say that we first of all we want to make it inline block. So let's say that inline block, and after that we want the BG primary, and after that we want the PY will be the 2. So padding y2, which means in the top we will have 0.5 and in the bottom we will have 0.5 prime. So also we want padding x, which means in the left and right we will have padding x3, and after that we want something we want space in the margin top. I can say around 5, and after that we want the text size. So I want the small one for our small device, and for our large device text LG, and finally we want that in the rounded MD, means the border radius, I mean. So whenever we will hover, we can say whenever we will hover we want to change the background color, so BG, and after that I will say I will make it orange around 500, and if I do that, so yeah, it is looking good, you can see, but I think it is not having enough contrast with the text. Here you can see. So what you can do is you can change the background color, or you can change the text color. So text, you can make it black, so I will say gray 800, something like that. Yep, I think it is okay. And we will use this button, this same button, in many places. So what I will do is I will add those in our input CSS. So if I come here in our input CSS, here what we can do is we can extend the components, so layer and components, and inside that we can say we will create our custom class, so button primary, where we can apply all the Tailwind CSS that we want. So if I come here, we want all this for our primary, and I will come here and paste all of them. So now we have this class. Whenever I will apply this class, it will also apply this all Tailwind CSS classes. So now come here and use that. So let's say that button primary. Now if I do that, there is no change. You can see it is still working. Great. So once you have this, after that we will go to our right side. I mean, we need to add an image in the right side of this hero section. So let's do that. So right now I'm not having any kind of images, so let me copy the images folder, and if you wanna use the same images, you can go to the source code. The link will be in the description, from where you will get all these images. And now we can use our image. So inside this we will have a div which will be the wrapper for the image, and inside that we will have our actual image and images, and we will have this. Great. So once you have that, after that you will see this image, huge image, and we need some classes for that. So let's add the classes. So first of all, here I will say we'll have widthful, heightful, and after that I will say the object will be contain, and for now that's fine. And also here I will say the width will be full, and also the height will be not full. We will have 50 bh, so I'll say 50 bh here. So custom value once again, and overflow will be hidden, and also we'll have the relative here, position relative. And if I do that, not like that, this will be contain, and we need to make sure that it is having the correct spelling. So now you can see we are having this in contain. So first of all, let's come here in our small device. So in our small device you can see it is okay, but I want this image in the top, right? So for that, in our this container div, after the section, the one that we have here, we are having flex column. Instead of column, I will make it reverse. So if I do reverse, the image will be in the center, sorry, the image will be in the top, you can see. Great. So once we have the image in the top, after that I think image is good here. You can see it is in the top now. Whenever I'll go to the large device, it is in the left side. And also we need some gap between these two div. So for that, here also let's say that the gap will be 5, and if I do that, now we should have some gap. So that is good. So now come back to our large device, and we want this in a large view. So what I can do is I can actually change the height here. So right now it is having 100 VH. So let's say that for our large device I want it something like 100 VH, and for that we already have a built-in class which is the height screen. So if you do height screen, it means 100 VH. That is great. So now it will be 100 VH, but what I also want to do is I want to increase the height of the actual image, and I will make it 150 VH. So here I'll say for our large device it will be 150 BH, and if I do that, you can see now it is 150 BH, and we are only having 100 VH because all the other 50 BH is actually hidden because we are having overflow hidden. So remaining 50 BH is actually now hidden. So right now we are hiding the bottom part, you can see, but what I really want to do is I want this in the center, and I want to hide top 25 and bottom 25. So to do that, I need to actually come here and make this one absolute position, and also I will say top will be minus 25%. And if I do that, now you can see we are having our image in the center. Now we have 25% in the top, which is actually right now hidden, and bottom 25% which is also hidden. If I zoom out, you will see that, you can see they are coming back. So great, and that's what we want for our image. Now it is fully responsive, you can see, looking good, right? And I want this all in the center, and for that I can come here, I can say this in this container, the same thing that I said here for making things center, item center and justify center. So let's actually do that. So if I do it correctly, you can see everything is now in the center. Great. And one more thing here, you can see we are not having this in the text align center. Right now it is in the left align, but we want this all in the center align. So for that I can say for our a small device here in the flex one, I can say text center for our small device, and for the large device I want to have text left. So now it is in the center, looking good, awesome, you can see. So here what I'm thinking is, instead of this gap 5, so what we will have with 5, so it would be around 20 pixel. So if I make it 10, which means it will be 40 pixel, I think it is good. You can see more space between these two. Yep, I think fine, it is looking good. And after that I will go to the next section, so which will be the host section. So let's come here and create the host section, and after that here let's actually say we will have the section. So we will have similar things, so I can copy this section style and paste it here, and also we will have the closing section. So after that we will have the container, and we will have almost same, so we can also copy the container one, and we can have the closing. But in our container we do not need this stuff, all the flex thing, so we also do not need the flex one as well, so just the container. So after that we need to create the top part for our this section, which will be the title. So let's actually create the div for that, and this one, and here we will have h1 where I will have the title, the hosts, and after that we will have a paragraph, and here I will have some long sum, and delete this part. I think this is fine. And now let's actually add the classes here. So first of all, in our wrapper I will say it will be center, text center, and after that we will have some max width here. So max width will be LG, so it will be around 500 pixel, and also we will make it center, so MX auto, so MX auto. Great. And for our host, this text, so if I come here, let me show you. so this one. So this is the title, and for our title I want some style, so class, and I want to make it primary color, so text primary. And also we want to have the size for Excel, so it will be around 36 pixel. And after that I will make the font bold, and if I come here, yep, this is the title. And let's come here in our paragraph, and here let's say that the class, so text sm and empty text will be the base or lg. I think I will go with base, and I will make the text gray color. Okay, I'm making the text gray color because we will change the background color here, so it will not have the dark background. Instead of that we'll have a light background. So here where we are having the section, we will have a background color here, so background will be the orange 200 or 100, which will be lighter. And also we'll have some padding top and bottom around 100 pixel, so let's actually say that 100 pixel, something like that. So if I do that, now you can see this light background, this one is looking good. And after that, and also let's have some space between these two, so for that I can come here and say margin top will be around 3, and yep, looking good. So after that, the actual host images, and I mean the host card, so we will show a card here. So first of all we will have a wrapper, so this one will be for our wrapper, and after that we'll have two card, so this one and this one. So let's actually come here in the first one, and let's have the content here. For the first one, I will say I will have an image first of all, and I will come here in the image, and I have the host one.png, and for our alt text I will say host one. And after that I will have h2, which will have the name of the host, Kamal Azad. And after that I will have some norm here, so which will be inside of the paragraph actually, and I want something like this amount of text. So if I save that, and I can see I cannot see the text. Okay, we have text here, but the color is white, and that's why we cannot see them. That is fine, we will change the color here. So I can copy this part for our second host and paste it here, so just delete the previous div. So now we have these two, and what we can do is we can change this png. Now we have the second one. Great. And also here let's also change the color of this section, and here let's say that the text color will be gray 700, this one. So now we should see the text that we have here. Great. So now in our wrapper we can actually provide our style. So first of all I will actually provide the style in the wrapper, so class, and I will make it flex, and after that I will say the gap between them will be the 5, and also the margin top will be 11. And if I do that, now they are in the flex and we have margin top 11. Great. And also what I will do is I will say for our large device, so this is good for our large device. For our small device we need to make things in column. So what I will do is I will say for our large device flex row is fine, so flex row is fine, but for our for our large device flex row is fine. For our small device what I'll do is I will say flex column. Yep, so now it is in the column for our small device, and for our large device it is in the row. Great. And that is fine. After that I think we need to go to our next part, which is the card. And here first thing I will do is I will provide a background, so bg orange, and I will have the 200, orange orange 200. Yep, this one you can see. And also beside that I want to have some padding here, padding 5, and also we will have the rounded XL. And finally I will say flex 1, which will make sure that it will be 50%. Right now it is not working because we are not having flex 1 here in the second one, I mean in the second card. So flex 1 also here. Now it should work. It will take 50% width, you can see. So great. After that I will come here in our image. So for our image here, let's say that I will say we'll have rounded MG. So rounded LG, yep. And after that object cover and width will be full. So this will be for our image. And for our H2 I will say text gray 700, this one. And after that I will have the text XL, and font will be the medium, and margin top will be 3. And if I do that, yep, looking good. And finally this text, come here, class name, and let's say that I want to have the text XM. And for our large device we'll have the text MD, or not MD, we don't have MD here, we have base. And the color will be gray 700, which we already have, and margin top will be 2. And if I do that, yep, looking good. You can see this card is overall looking good. What I will do is I will copy this whole card and come here and paste it. So now we will have same 2 card, but for our second one I will change the image. Now I will have this image, and for the second one also I do not want to have the orange 200 background. Instead of that I will have the slate, and it will be 200 as well, which will be a little bit silver color, you can say. And also we need to change the name of the host, which will be Hassan Rashid. Looking good. And if I come here in the small device, also looking good, you can see. Fine. So our host section is done here. So here after that we need to create our next section, which is the most listened section. So let's actually say most listened section. So here I'll create the same section, and we'll have almost same thing. We can copy the section and the container as well. So just copy that and paste it here, and also close that section and close the div. So now we have this. Great. So we do not wanna change the background color in this one, and also we do not want to change the text color here as well. So remove these 2. Great. So now inside that, and here first of all I will create the H1, which will be the title, and I will have some class. And also let's first of all have the title here. So let's say that most listened episodes, and also we'll have a line break here. Great. And if I come here in our website, I can see here it is, the most listened episode text. And here what I will do is I will have some classes, and first of all I will change the color. I will make it primary, and after that I will say text will be 4XL for our small device, and I think 4XL will be for all the device. Font will be bold, and also text will be in the center. If I do that, now it will be in the center, and it is looking good. And after that I will go to the next thing, which will be the table, where we will show all the most listened episodes. So for that I will have a wrapper first of all, and inside that we will have a table, and inside the table I will have table head, and in the table head I will have table row, and first of all I will have the table heading data. So here not td, th, table heading data, and here first of all I will say the name of the guest will be here, and after that I will have the date, and after that I will have the link. So this will be link for that particular episode. So this will be the head, and after that, after the head, I will go to the table body, and inside the table body I will have a row, and first data will be the guest name, and I will make it, let's say, that John Doe and Shaif Arfan. Looking good. And after that I will have the next thing, which will be the date. Let's have that random date here and something like that. After that we'll have the button. So this will be the link, and I will have a button here. And for now let's have a table data only, where I will have just link as a text. I will get back to it later. And if I do it that, if I come here, I can see my table, my little table, but we are not having any kind of a style. So let's actually do that. So here in our div, where we are having the table started, so I will say I will have a class name, and I will have a margin top 10, and also in our max width we will have 100%, so 100%. And after that I will say overflow x scroll, and after that rounded will be the lg. So this will be for our wrapper. And after that I will have my table, where I will have all the color, and first of all I will make it width will be fit content, and after that let me actually hover over, yep, fit content. And after that I will have a background here, so bg neutral, and neutral will be something like that, I think. Yep, neutral 800 will be for our background, and after that rounded will be lg. So after that I will have a mean width of around 600 pixel. After that I will say text will be center for all of the table data. So now we are having it, you can see, and you can see it is now left aligned, and I want it in the center. And for that I think I can do mx auto. Yep, now it is in the center. mx auto, which means margin left and right auto. Great. Finally we can actually come here in our table head, and I will say class will be, we do not need any kind of class here actually. So after that I will come here in our table row, and this is the table head. Inside the table head we are having table row, so this one will have a background color. So I'll say bg zinc, and here I will have around 700. And if I do that, you can see this heading is now having nice background. Great. And also we want some padding here, and I will do the padding, but before that we are having some issue here in the top, you can see. But why? I think it is actually having the background for our heading, and we are not having any kind of overflow hidden in our table, so that's why. So let's actually have a overflow hidden here in our table. If I do that, yep, we are having our border radius back. Great. So after that we want padding, and I want padding in the heading, all the headings. So I will come here and say padding we will have around 3, and I will have the same thing for all of the data here. Copy that and paste it here, and paste it here as well. So if I do that, you can see it is having padding. So great. After that I will come here in our table body, and here in our table body I will come here in the row. I will say we will have a border bottom, and border gray. This will be gray 500. So now if I hover over border bottom, you can see this is border bottom, and if I do that correctly, I can see a border in the bottom. Great. So this one is good. And also I want the same padding for all of our row, sorry, for all of our data here. So I'll copy the padding 3 and paste it here and here as well. So now if I do that, I can see it is looking good. And now I can copy this row and paste it few times, and now we have this table, you can see. And for the last row, we do not need the bottom border, so let's actually remove that. And now it is complete. Now we are having this table. Right now we are not having the link, but we need to add the link. So for the link here, you can see we need to have a button here, and I will have a button, and here I will have a dead link, and for the button text I will say listen only. So here I will have almost same thing that I had here in our here, you can see. So what I will do is I will actually use this button for this link, and for all the table row, right? So instead of doing class over and over, what I will do is I will actually create the custom class that we like the way we did already. So let's actually create this class here. I will say button secondary, and here I will have almost same thing. So let's copy this one, but what I will do is I'll not have a background color here. So instead of that, I will have transparent, and for our this one I will have border, and I will have a border primary. Great. And also we will have py means padding top and bottom 1, and px will be 4, and text sm, instead of sm we can say xs, which will be extra small. And also I think we forgot one thing here. We can add one more class, which is the capitalize, and also the same thing for this one, capitalize. So now we can use that secondary class button secondary, and if I do that, we are having it, but we are not having the text color because we changed the text color, if you remember. So it is gray 800. Instead of that, we do not need that. Actually we do not need to change it at all for this one. So now you can see we are having it. Great. I will do that for all of the link here that we have. So we are having the buttons, but here you can see we are having a little bit extra space in the top of the button. I think it is for, we are having this margin top. We do not need that, so we can remove it for our secondary button, and it will fix that. So now we are having this nice table. And also if I make it smaller, one thing you will see that it is fully responsive, because what I did here, let me actually show you. So we are having a wrapper. If you remember, this wrapper is actually magical because it is having overflow x auto, and it is having a width, right, maximum width 100 pixel, so 100%. And whenever we will have something we'll have something overflow, it will actually, instead of hiding that, it will have this where it is, so it will have this scroll, and it is really good for the table. So whenever you are having a large table, instead of reducing the item from the table, you can actually add this scroll, and it is actually looking good, and also it is useful. So here in our secondary button, instead of doing this text size something like that, I will actually make it only extra small. I think that is fine. We do not need that much. And or I think we can make it base. What do you say? Or SM, not extra small, just SM. Yep, SM is looking good. And let's also say that I wanna have a bold font, light bold, semi bold. And if I do that, or if I do medium, yeah, I think medium is good. So here in this section, one more thing is that we do not need this min height screen. So if I remove that, you will see we do not need that much space for this little section, and that is fine. And after that we will have our states. So let's actually quickly do that. So come here and create a section for the states. So stats. So here we will have all the statistics and numbers. So let's create the section here, and this section is so here this section is actually almost similar that we have here. So we can copy that and copy these two section and the container and paste it here for our this section, and also close that. So now, so first of all I will have a wrapper here, and inside that I will have our individual items. So here the first item we will have the h1, and I will say 50 plus, and we will have a paragraph where I will have the text episodes, something like that. And I will actually have now the classes. So for the wrapper I will make it flex, and let me actually have more item. So copy that and paste it. So now we have two items, and now whenever I'm having these two and I'm having flex, now they are in the flex row, so that's why they are side by side. And also beside that I need something like justify a space between, justify space between. And after that we also need the max. So if I do that, now if I come here, you can see all the spaces between them. And also one more thing, whenever I am in the small device, I want them in a column instead of in a row. So for that, all I need to do is, for our large device I will say flex column. Sorry, for our large device it will be flex row, and for the small device it will be flex column. So now it is in the column in the small device, you can see, and for the large device it is in the row. Great. And also we will have some gap here. So let's say that gap will be 5 for our large device, so MD, and gap will be 10, which will be for our small device, because for our small device we are giving the gap is actually higher than the large device, because whenever it is in the small device it will be in column, and I need more gap in the column, you can see. So once we have that, after that I will go to the individual item, and here in our individual item all I need to do is I need to say text center. And for our first item I will make the text 80 pixel, and this is huge. Font will be bold, and also the text will be primary color, and leading, which will be the line height, will be the tight once again, and all will be uppercase. And if I do that, we have nice number. Great. For the paragraph I will say text will be Excel, so something like that. Great. So this is the item, and I can copy that and replace the second one, and I can copy and paste it few more times. Sorry, not this one, this one. Copy and paste it. How much we need? We need 3 of them, so I think it is good. Okay, so we need to change the text here. So let's say that for the second one it will be 100 plus 100 plus hours of talks, and for the last states let's say that 80 like that and like that. And also you can see we do not need these 1024 pixel max height because sorry, max width. We do not need that. We can actually lower it. Instead of 1024, let's actually make it 800. And yep, it is looking nice, you can see. And for our small device, also looking good. So now after that, let's actually create the CTA section. So come here and let's get the CTA call to action, and it will be really simple. So we can actually copy the previous these two and paste it here, and don't forget to close the tags. So for our CTA here I will have a h1, and here I will say do not miss the next episode. Let me copy the text, and we can paste the text here. So this is the text, and let's actually have some classes. So here I will say text will be 4 pixel, and for our large device it will be even larger than that. So text will be around 80 pixel, and font will be bold, and text will be, we do not need to do the text, we already have a text color in the body. So leading will be tight and also uppercase, and if I do that we should see a large text here. Yep, here it is. So great. And after that we want a button, and I will use the primary button here. So we'll have a class primary button, so button primary. And also for the text I'll say follow now, and that's all. And here one thing I need is that I want the background image, and how we can add background image in the Tailwind. So there are you can actually directly use it here in the class, and another way you can do that is you can add the image in the Tailwind config. So I will do with Tailwind config 1. So here I will say in our Tailwind config, so inside the extend here we can extend our background images, and here I will say the CTA. So this is the name of the class that we want, and inside that we need to provide the URL. So here I will say /images, and inside the images I have the mic.png. So that's all, and after that we don't need this semicolon. So we have our CTA image, so this is the class name and this is the value. Now if I come here I can say bg CTA image, you can see. So now if I come here in the website I can see the background. Great. So now we need to research this background, and for that I can say background cover, which will say background size cover, and after that I also need to make it center, so bg center. And if I do that, now you can see it is in the right place. So now it is fine and we are okay with that. So after that let's actually create the last thing, which is the footer, and which will be also really simple. So footer, and we can create the section, and I will actually go ahead and grab this section and the container, and here I can paste it. So now we have this section and the container, and close the div, close the section. Now here in this section I will have the h1 first of all, and the name will be the audio table, sorry, audio people, and after that I will have some text and something like that. So great. So now if I come here we have this, which is looking good by default, but I want to change the style here. So I want the large text here, so text for Excel, and MD text 80 pixel, and also font will be extra bold, and text will be primary, and leading will be tight and uppercase. Great. And if I do that, yep, looking good. And after that, here in our paragraph, I will say class name will have text MD or base. Actually there is no MD. So for our large device, I will say text LG, and text gray color, so 200, and max width MD and max. So if I have a max width MD, we need to make sure that we are having a MX auto, and MY will be 3, so MY3, which means margin top and bottom in the 3. So looking good, but not text. Okay, I think we need to make sure that we are having text alignment center. So if I do that, yep, looking good. So here you can see I'm having max width MD, and let's actually remove that. Now we are not having any kind of max width, so you can see. So instead of doing that, I will actually lower this one. So instead of 800, I can do 500. Yep. And also I can say text align will be center, which will fix all this thing. And yep, you can see. And if I having text center, we do not need this text center anymore. Great. If I reduce a little bit text from here, yep, it is looking good. So this will be our footer, and that's it for our website. So if I actually come here and try to see what it will look like in the small device, yep, it is looking good. You can see all these things, you can see all of them are responsive. Now we are done with this. So that's it guys for this video. I hope you guys learned something from this project. And also, if you wanna support this channel, what you can do is you can buy me some cup of coffee. So the link will be in the description, so you can come here, and if you want to appreciate and if you wanna support this channel, you can come here and buy me some cup of coffee, and I would highly appreciate that. So that's it for this video. I hope that I will see you very soon in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and Khuda Hafiz.